Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are continuing our Bible readings, and I will be using the New Revised Standard Version Red Letter by Cokesbury Bible, and I use this one every time. Today our story is the Great Flood, and it's Genesis chapter 7, verses 1 through 24, and it's all of chapter 7. This is on page 5 and continues to page 6. So let's get started. Then the Lord said to God, "Go into the ark, you and all your household, for I have seen that you alone are righteousness before me in this generation. Take with you 7 pairs of all clean animals, the male and its mate, and a pair of the animals that are not clean, the male and its mate, and 7 pairs of the birds of the air, also male and female, to keep their kind alive on the face of all the earth. For in 7 days I will send rain on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights, and every living thing that I have made I will blot out from the face of the ground." And Noah did all that the Lord had commanded him. Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters came on the earth. And Noah with his sons and his wife and his sons' wives went into the ark to escape the waters of the flood. Of clean animals, and of animals that are not clean, and of birds, and of everything that creeps on the ground, 2 and 2, male and female, went into the ark with Noah, as God had commanded Noah. And after 7 days the waters of the flood came on the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, on the 17th day of the month, on that day, all the fountains of the great deep burst forth, and the windows of the heavens were opened. The rain fell on the earth 40 days and 40 nights. On the very same day, Noah with his sons, Shem and Ham and Japheth, and Noah's wife, and the 3 wives of his sons entered the ark. They and every wild animal of every kind, and all domestic animals of every kind, and every creeping thing that creeps on the earth, and every bird of every kind, every bird, every winged creature. They went into the ark with Noah, 2 and 2, of all flesh, in which there was the breath of life. And those that entered, male and female of all flesh, went in as God had commanded him, and the Lord shut him in. The flood continued 40 days on the earth, and the waters increased and bore up the ark, and it rose high above the earth. The waters swelled and increased greatly on the earth, and the ark floated on the face of the waters. The waters swelled so mightily on the earth that all the high mountains under the whole heaven were covered. The waters swelled above the mountains, covering them 15 cubits deep. And all flesh died that moved on the earth, birds, domestic animals, wild animals, all swarming creatures that swarm on the earth, and all human beings, everything on dry land in whose nostrils was the breath of life, died. He blotted out every living thing that was on the face of the ground, human beings and animals and creeping things and birds of the air. They were blotted out from the earth. Only Noah was left, and those that were with him in the ark, and the waters swelled on the earth for 150 days. Okay. So, we just read all of this, and it was very long. There's a lot of information in here with a lot of details about the animals, and Noah, and his sons, and his wives. So basically, God commands Noah to get all these animals and put them onto the ark, and they all follow him onto the ark. And then they're all in the ark safe. And then the water and the rain comes down from heaven 40 days and 40 nights. I'm not sure what 40 meant to the Lord. I don't think they did either, but it was 40 days and 40 nights, and I wonder why it was 40. And so basically that happened. Everyone was on the ark 40 days, 40 nights. The rain just kept going, never stopped, which is a lot. And so everything died because it flooded, and God wanted that to happen. And then the waters swelled on the earth for 150 days. So for another 150 days after it stopped raining, the water is still there because it takes a long time to drain all the way out with a flood. As we know, when floods happen here, that if it rains for a long time, the grass is really mushy, and the water, like the road starts to flood with water all across it, and some roads that are really low you can't drive on and such, and things become damaged. And so, just like hurricanes, same thing, the houses get covered, and people die, sadly. But speaking of hurricanes, that makes me think it's not the Great Flood, obviously, but it's a hurricane which is flooding that area that happens. So I wonder if that hurricane is, well, God controls everything, we know that, but I just that's a huge connection that I'm making right now, and I think that's kind of cool, but also not cool because it's killing people. But that's just interesting to think about, that connecting the Great Flood here with hurricanes and other major floods that happen, and how things get destroyed and how people die, sadly. And that's the way that God wanted it to be, and he did that way so other things would happen the way he wanted them to. So I guess you never know when your life is done, and that's on God's hands. So be as close with him as you possibly can, and keep working on yourself, and keep trying to praise him and get closer to him every day. That's what I'm doing with this, is I'm trying to be a better Christian and trying to get closer to God. So I hope this helps you guys too, and you kind of reflect on those things and just the connections that can be made, because it's real life, and this is real life that happened hundreds of years ago. But yeah, thank you guys. Have a great day.